It is Sunday, it is Mother's Day, and what better way to spend that than working? No, never mind. That's stupid. Livable. Painting party. I have to hang out with this girl first. Good day, and I have some big news. The drywall is done. Woo! What a journey this has been. That took a long time, but it's okay because we are at the end of it. I've just finished doing a lot of sweeping and vacuuming. We have emptied the whole space, and I think we're going to prime tonight. I think, if we can keep it together. We're pretty tired. We burned through all our wood pile today, so we're able to get the yard cleaned up a bit, which means we can cut the grass. All these little things are being ticked off, which is really awesome. I'm excited to see what the space looks like after we get some paint slapped on those walls. It'll just be primer, but it's gonna clean it up so much. We're ordering pizza for supper so we can eat and get at it. Living the high life. See you when we're painting.
Reno. Ah, come on. Oh, that thing in there. The pigs?
No.
What? Pigs have boobs.
Do they?
Yeah.
Pigs have boobs.
This is good YouTube content.
This is not on YouTube.
Yes, it is.
Oh, shucks.
People will enter in the comments and tell us if we're dumb.
That's okay. Ask me questions. It's good for me.
Oops.
Happy.
Put my painting clothes back on. I just came out to put on another coat of primer just so that our true coat of paint goes on really well. I don't want any of this paneling stuff to bleed through. You can see behind me, and those walls are going to be white. So I just want to pay some special attention there. Stepping in here tonight, it feels like a room. I'm really starting to get a sense of where it's going, what the size is like, because with the dark paneling and all the stuff, the tools and stuff we've had in here, it really didn't feel like I was getting a true sense of the space. I don't know if you can hear, if the echo in here is translating, but oh my goodness, it's really echoey. And I've been doing a lot of singing out here while we're working. I'm sure there's been lots of eye rolling, but whatever, because I like the way it sounds with the echo. Yeah, I'm gonna get to painting. I'm not sure when we're doing the floor now because obviously we're back to work. So we forgot that we had to prime the floor before we pour the cement. So that will probably happen after we prime the walls, maybe by the weekend. I'm gonna paint now. It is several hours later. Scott actually ended up coming out to help me, which was great. We had a sing-along, so that was fun. I'll give you a look at what we did. First of all, check out those steamy windows. We were working hard. Here is our primer. You can still see little shading from the paneling, but so much better now. We didn't do a second coat on the end wall because it's going to be black and we don't need to fight against the white primer. It feels so much cleaner, so much brighter. I'm really happy with it. We would not have had enough primer except that we had this huge bucket left from when we first moved here. We'd bought this to do some of the paneling inside the house, and we had a lot of it left. So we have emptied that, and I guess there's a lesson in there, in the words of my father, never throw anything away. I got a new chair. It's like an antique teacher's chair that I got on the marketplace. I just thought it was cute and I love the history of it. And I plan to have some touches of wood in the space to soften and add a little texture. So this was perfect, and I brought it out here just to, you know, get a sense. So when Scott went and picked this chair up for me, he said, well, it's smaller than I expected, but the seat's really nice and big. And what does he mean by that? I mean, it fits my bottom pretty well. So we had wanted to prime the floors yesterday, but then after watching some how-to YouTube videos, we learned that once you prime the floor, you have to pour your cement on top within 12 hours. So the primer takes 2 to 3 hours to dry, and then you're to put your cement on right away, or you have to reprime, which seems a little scammy and weird, but whatever, it's not gonna hurt us to actually do what's recommended. That means we have to save that process until the weekend when we actually have that stretch of hours to do that. So we will pour the floor this weekend. It's gonna happen, mark my words. This evening, we will be taking another trip to Home Depot. I put in an order last night, and within like 2 hours, I got a notification that it was ready for pickup. Take the van, have a little mini road trip. We are still in lockdown, which means that we don't get to go anywhere. We can't go camp, even Crown Land is closed. So any chance we get to jump in there and pretend we're going somewhere is great. I keep getting emails from the place that we stayed in Nashville, like inviting us back. Like, do you know what's happening in the world? But whatever. I did schedule my first COVID vaccine. I got my appointment booked. I'm going in a week, 2 weeks? The 26th, whatever that is. I don't know what today is. So I'm going for number 1. So that's great. Xander and I both have that booked, and Scott's already had his first one. So I mean, there's hope, right? That we'll be able to actually have a summer. That would be awesome. We're going to Home Depot to pick up the black paint to finish that back feature wall. Super excited about that. It's gonna look so good. And we're getting ceiling paint because we have primed the ceiling, but we used a primer paint mix with a sheen in it, which I actually really like because it really reflects the light, but it does show all the little imperfections. So we're getting proper flat ceiling paint that goes on pink so you can see what parts you've painted and what parts you've missed. We're doing trim all around the gaps. So where the paneling meets the ceiling, there's quite a gap there. So we're gonna trim that out, just like a flat, basic, low profile trim that will really finish things up nicely. So, Home Depot trip, you'll probably come along because I mean, what else do you have to do? Next time we're working, you're gonna see us doing the floor. That is a Rusnak guarantee. See you later. My freckle game is on point today. Growing up, I wanted to be Anna Green Gables. And so when I started getting freckles, I really felt like my dreams were coming true.